Now let's see this invalid arguments. They are also called as fallacies. Now if you see this, P implies Q and Q if these are given. Now concluding that the conclusion P is wrong. The reason is, if you assume that Q is true, one way of writing P implies Q is negation P or Q, right? Now if you assume that Q is true, since Q is going to be true, then irrespective of the value of P, this is going to be true, right? Therefore P can be true or false. It need not be only true, but here we are saying that P is only true, right? So that is why it is wrong. Now coming to this, if you had this converse in place of this, which means in place of P implies Q, if I had this Q implies P, then this would be right, isn't it? Then getting P is right. Therefore if you assume that it is converse, then we might get the right answer. But then given this statement and this this premise and this premise, getting this is wrong. That is a fallacy. Now coming to the next one, again you can say the same one. Negation P or Q is what you can get from here. Now negation P is true. When this happens to be true, it doesn't mean that Q has to be always true. If this is true, then definitely this entire premise happened to be true. Now irrespective of the value of Q, we are always going to get true value here. Now writing that like this says that Q is always false, but then Q need not be always false. Q can be true or false. Therefore again this is a fallacy. Now what kind of fallacy it is? Assuming inverse, which means if I would have assumed the inverse, which means negation P implies negation Q is inverse of this, right? Instead of this, if I had assumed this, then writing like this is valid, but then writing like this is invalid. Now the next one is non sequitur. Non sequitur means if there are three statements P, Q and R, if they are totally unrelated, then drawing a conclusion as R is completely wrong. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities or 50 lakh universities, but whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is, we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494555454. Okay, thank you.